We're gonna have a real good time, feel good time. Spreading love and joy and laughter all over the place. We're gonna have a real good time, feel good time. Nothing's gonna take this good day smile from my face. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Gonna be so legendary. Sherri's got you feeling good.
And now, your host, Sherri Shepherd.
Hi, y'all. Hello, how are you? Hey, how you doing? Hey, girl. Hey.
Maybe that makes this beat.
Thank you.
Little Superbowl move you tried.
I know. I know. Hey. Hey. Hi, y'all. Hello. Let me Woo. Let me get everything together. This is so great. So great. I just want to say, hey, family. Hey, family. Woo, we got such a great, hey. I just want to say we got a great show for you today. We have, I'm excited, legendary sitcom actress Kim Fields is here. A lot of folks I know, you can remember Kim Fields. She's had such a long career. But I remember Kim Fields because when I came out here, when I first started stand-up, everybody was like, you have to take acting classes. And they said, you have to take it from Chip Fields, who is Kim Fields' mother. So Chip Fields was I was starting stand-up. She was my acting coach. And I don't know if Kim would ever remember this. I don't think I ever told her. But there were a couple times that Chip could not make it, and Kim would fill in. And I remember her filling in the class, and she was giving me directions on how to cry. And I was like, oh my God, that's Tootie teaching me how to act. And I remember, John, she was directing me and showing me like the different ways to do things. And I was like, I'm gonna be somebody. And she's like, okay, now just, get focused. But I'm so excited that Kim Fields is here. Plus, our Making Black History series continues with CEO of Partake Foods, Denise Woodard. Oh my goodness, I usually, and when I come out and do my little fast run walk, I usually, y'all, if you want, and I'm talking to the lady in the green because you hugged me, and I kind of pull back a little bit. She's all the way in the row, all the way to the right, Dan. Yes, and you went to hug me, and I kind of pulled back. And the only reason why I pulled back is because right before we started, I didn't like this wig, the short one. So Theo Barrett, who was my hairstylist, we went through 3 wigs. They were like, 2 minutes! And we were trying to pull the wigs out, and he put on 3 different wigs, and so we went back to this wig because it looked better. But it's only one bobby pin holding the wig in. So when you went to hug, because they were like, and don't let nobody hug you. And I love hugs. So when you went to hug me, and I went, oh, like that. I just wanted to let you know it's not because I love hugs, but that I could feel the wig slowly sliding as you hug. And we got about 20 minutes before we go to a commercial break. So if this wig dislodges, it's live. So that was the only reason I didn't hug today. Y'all literally would have been like, oh, they showing Set It Off again. Okay. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Sherri Shepherd. How are you today?
You know what? I'm like, we stayed up late because we were watching the Super Bowl. Yeah. So congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes took his team to win. This is the second time in 4 years that they have won. And I gotta tell y'all, this was one of the closest games ever. 38-35.
Very competitive.
It was very competitive. I want to say, Jalen Hurts, you hold your head up because you did nothing wrong. It really got down to who had that ball at the end. You know? Like, normally you go back and you go, what could I have done? Like, you did everything you're supposed to do. And I was so excited because we did, what do you call it, like a pool? We did a whole football pool, and everybody contributed to the pool, and I won $50. But the thing was, is I spent $100 to get in the pool, but I got
Sherri.
50, so it's gonna, $50 is good.
Sherri.
What?
You don't even get your $50 back because you actually forgot to pay your $100. Yes. It's like buying a lottery ticket, but you didn't buy the lottery ticket, Sherri.
Oh, you kidding me? So I won 50. I owe them $50.
Yes, you owe them
About a
$50.
blip. I paid 100, won 50, but didn't actually pay them, so I owed him 50. And look, and let me tell you something, being a talk show host don't mean nothing. It don't matter that I'm Sherri. They want their money. Okay, so Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he led his team to victory, and he had a hurt ankle. He had hurt his ankle. But this is what I learned, which was so interesting, John. I learned that Patrick Mahomes gave up a baseball scholarship to play football. And he followed in the steps of his father, who also, his father was an athlete, but his father gave up a football scholarship to play baseball. Yeah. So this is why I said, like, this is in the DNA. This is what I keep telling Jeffrey. Like, Jeffrey wants to be like a mathematician and a scientist. I'm like, yo, daddy a comic, I'm a comic. You gonna be in comedy. Like, you keep wanting to do all of this other stuff. I told him the other day, he was telling me all his grand plans. I was like, you gonna own a comedy club. It's in the DNA, you funny. Oh my gosh. But you know, and it was so funny, they were talking about all of the journalists and the pundits were talking about all of the football stuff. I was like, who cares? Rihanna is pregnant. What?
I'm looking at you rub your stomach like you're pregnant, Sherri. Like, what's happening here?
I'm telling you, it got on me. The pregnant got on. And by the way, I'm wearing Rihanna Fenty. This is Rihanna Fenty right here. No, you ain't. No, it's go Riri. Forget about Sherri. Her rep confirmed that she is pregnant with baby number 2. And so Rihanna gave birth just 9 months ago to her baby. You know, her man, A$AP Rocky, you was fast. You showed. Oh my God. And so everybody was watching this game when she came out and they were wondering, did she not lose the baby weight or is that a new baby bump? And what was very interesting, ladies, clap if you knew she was pregnant. As soon as... But it was so funny because when we were watching the Super Bowl, even you said it, John, all of the men were hesitant to say anything. We have trained y'all so well not to say anything because that's the last thing you were never supposed to ask a woman, is she pregnant? And all of the men were literally sitting there going, well, maybe she ate a pizza before she went out there. You think it was the tailgate parties? So men didn't want to say nothing until it was confirmed, but we knew right away. And I remember I had a text chain going with John and Norman and Marco and Ashley and Patrick and Niecy Nash and Kelly Stewart. And Niecy, she said, I don't think she's pregnant. I said, nah, this is the Super Bowl. I could see if it was like my girlfriend Tangi, who be working at Stop and Shop part-time. Tangi would have not lost that baby weight, but this is Riri. Rihanna, here's the thing. When you are in this business and you know you have to perform at the Super Bowl, Rihanna knows all the tricks to losing weight. Like even me, I got a doggone waist trainer on, Spanx, and a girdle thing. I got 3 things on. I can't breathe right now. To fit into this, Like, Rihanna knows what she needed to do to, you know, everybody taking them damn Ozempic. She would have been taking 5, 6 of them Ozempic shots. She not gonna have no baby weight. That's when I knew she was pregnant. I knew she was, and then y'all saw when she did she was rubbing that daggone belly. I don't even know how I do on daytime when she do it. Everything smelled good. That's what I'm just saying.
Nope.
I can't even say it on TV.
Nope.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at the tape. Ask your mom. So anyway, her performance was incredible. She dressed in bright red. She performed a medley of her hits. We Found Love in a Hopeless Place, Rude Boy. She opened the show with, have my money. So whoever picked out her songs, kudos to you.
Adam Blackstone.
Adam Blackstone.
Yes.
Wow, you did it, Adam Blackstone. You were amazing. And you know, I was surprised because she didn't bring out any guest performers because she's duet with everybody. So I thought she was gonna bring out somebody. I was like, maybe she's gonna bring out Lil Baby, Da Baby, not Yo Baby. I didn't know. But I loved it because it started out, she was lifted up on multiple levitating platforms, going up and down. I could not believe she did all that pregnant. Because let me tell you something, when I was pregnant, I was sensitive to smell. Now, definitely, she didn't even throw up. I was so, she was absolutely amazing. Every time I looked up, Marco, I even said this, I was like, oh, she done added another 150 dancers. It was so many daggone dancers. But what I thought they was gonna rip it off and do like a reveal with like a chain.
Yeah.
Riri said, look, I am pregnant. Y'all getting one outfit. That's what you're getting. And how many of y'all thought? I was like, and John, you said that. That's Andre Leon Talley's coat that she had on. That coat was everything.
That is the
Coat
coat.
was everything.
She went to the Christie's auction, Sherri.
I think she did the auction at Christie's and won that coat. That coat was everything. So, you know, kudos to you, Riri, but I'm just trying to be clear. So it's gonna be no tour for a while, no new music, but we got another Fenty Baby collection. All right, another Fenty Baby collection. I'll take that, I will take it. All right, so y'all, Sheryl Lee Ralph was incredible at the Super Bowl. Sheryl Lee Ralph, look at her. Sheryl Lee Ralph sang Lift Every Voice and Sing. And I don't know, was it just me? Because Sheryl Lee Ralph sang it like she did her Emmy speech. That's what it was. She was this is what believing looks like. This is what striving looks like. And I mean, when she hit that last note, I swear it sounded like, and don't you ever give up on you. She hit that note. And you know, it was so great to see Sheryl Lee Ralph living her best life as she sang. She was wonderful. And then Babyface was great. He was singing a sexy version of America the Beautiful. Was it just me, or did Babyface sound like he was gonna make love to America? I literally, as he was singing, I didn't know America could be that sexy. John Babyface put the whip appeal on the United States of America. America's sexy again. I loved it. But I love country star Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton, when I tell you, when he sang the national anthem, and I listened to his song Tennessee Whiskey all night long. There's something about Chris Stapleton, his voice, the grittiness, it takes you back to everything that you've gone through and rose up from. His voice is so soulful, and the military flying overhead as he was singing shout out because they were all female aviators. That made me so happy, because also my cousin LaShawna, she's in the Air Force, so she's learning how to be an aviator too. So I was so proud of these women. And I have to say, I haven't felt that way about the national anthem since I heard Whitney sing it. Something about Chris's voice, when Whitney sang it, I felt, and then with Chris Stapleton, it was just so gritty. It just made me think of just all the things that we just rise above. So kudos to you, Chris Stapleton. Please come on my show, Chris. Oh my goodness, I would love to have you on. So I'm very excited too because we've got a special guest in the audience. We have weatherman and anchor for Fox 5 Atlanta News, Rodney Harris is here. Rodney! Can you pull that down? Can I see your face? So Rodney, are you having a good time
I'm
here?
having an amazing time, thank you.
You are, and I hear that you brought your mom Yolanda here for her birthday.
Yes, right to my left, this is her birthday.
Let me see your face. Let me see Yolanda. Can I see your face? Yolanda, can I see your face? Let me just see your beautiful face. Yeah. They do look like, was you 8 when you had your son? Y'all look like your sister and brother. But Rodney, is the weather in New York City better than Atlanta today?
It's actually colder up here.
It's colder?
It's colder up here, yeah.
It's colder up here in New
It
York?
is.
Well, we welcome you and happy birthday to your mama Yolanda. Happy birthday, Yolanda. We're gonna be coming to visit you in Atlanta pretty soon, right? Yes, Atlanta's one of the affiliates.
We're going to a couple other cities first, but tell our friends on the Real Housewives of Atlanta we said hello.
And then you gotta throw a drink in their face.
Oh,
make it like, don't they
too
do that?
far, Sherri, too far.
Too far, sorry. So y'all don't go anywhere because up next, Kim Fields is here. We gotta work. Living in my work. My first guest grew up on TV in The Facts of Life. Yes. Now she plays the matriarch of a funny and dysfunctional family on the Netflix sitcom, The Upshaws. Please welcome Kim Fields.
I got a whole
Sit down. Oh my God. Hi.
It didn't move. You good?
It didn't move.
It didn't move.
Let
You
me
good?
tell y'all, this is what a friend does. Before she kissed me, she held the back of my wig so it wouldn't move.
Listen. I played Regine Hunter, and I approve that concept.
Regine from Living Single.
Yes,
oh
yes,
my gosh.
yes.
Girl, you are just so loved. You are so loved, Kim.
Thank you, baby.
You know, it's exciting because I did Superbowl yesterday. What did you do?
I wore white.
Yes.
And goggles, and I was in Arizona, and I supported someone in red. I did, no. Girl, I was in the bed, quite honestly.
You were?
I was exhausted, so, I mean, God is good with the blessings of work.
Yes.
But I had to put this thing down.
I know that's right.
So right before I came out here, I directed our first episode of the new season for Upshaws.
Oh!
Yes! So I did that, and the week before that, I directed an episode of That Girl Lele. Then I took the red eye here, and by the time I did The View, I didn't leave.
Okay, so your
Yes.
theme song is you better work. Oh my God. This
But
girl.
but I did watch Riri, and I thought she was fiercer than ever. Oh my
was
goodness!
absolutely.
Oh my goodness! But I watched with a smile. Yes.
It was, well, you know, because you said the word fierce, which
Yes.
it leads to Janet Jackson.
Well,
who
now.
is also fierce. Now,
Yes,
we both love Janet
Absolutely.
for different reasons, because, you know,
Absolutely.
she surprised me on my show.
Yes.
But you guys have even a deeper bond. You have a special bond. So, you were recently
we go.
reunited
Yeah.
with Janet.
Yeah.
Talk to me about you and Janet.
So we call that the hug heard round the world.
Okay.
And that was at Essence, where I saw you actually.
Yes.
And so Jen and I had been childhood friends. And so, of course, my mother played her mother on Good Times. Yes. And so it was really great to see her. We hadn't seen each other in years, actually.
Yeah.
So it was great to see her.
And just a hug.
And just a hug, and just it's like all the feels come rushing back to you, and it's great.
It's so amazing. Like, I have to tell you this. You wrote a song called, was it Dear Michael?
You know what? I did recorded it, but I did not write it. It was actually a remake of a song that Michael did about a fan letter that he received. And the folks at Motown, when he was winning all the Grammys that year, they wanted to kind of recreate that moment. And I happened to be, I think, the only black girl on TV. So they was like, come here.
You sang it. That is the song of my heart, Dear Michael. Oh my gosh. You gotta look it up on YouTube if you want to hear Dear Michael.
Oh my goodness.
But it's so many people like we know. Like Whoopi came, made me cry. She was a guest on my talk show. But she was also a guest on
That was
she
so
came.
great. That was so great.
But she was a guest on your talk show too.
Yes, so if everybody's like, what talk show, Kim Fields? So when I was in college at Pepperdine University, I had a talk show that I created in my senior year called Campus Spotlight, Live with Kim Fields. And so my beloved, dear, dear, dear friend Blair Underwood was my very first guest. Jason Bateman, Betty White, Sugar Ray Leonard. And so one day I was driving through this canyon near school, and Whoopi was driving behind me in her Jeep, and I was like, oh, that's Whoopi Goldberg. And so at the end of the canyon, there's a gas station, and she pulled in to get gas, and I was like, oh, I think I need some gas. and so I approached her, and she said yes.
Oh,
She
that's
said
Whoopi
yes.
for you.
Yeah,
That's Whoopi
absolutely.
Goldberg.
Absolutely it is, yeah.
Now, I gotta tell you, I watch, when the Upshaws comes on, I binge watch. I like watch it a whole season in a day.
Thank you.
I was so excited when y'all got renewed because now the last season ended with your husband and your sister in jail.
Yes.
You took your job and you shoved it.
Yes.
What excites you about this new season, Kim?
Well, the episodes drop, our new batch of episodes drops this Thursday, and I cannot wait for people. Yes, right? And thank you, thank you. Thank you for how you love us. Thank you. That is no joke in this day and age where, you know, stuff is dropping like
Come
flies.
and go, yes.
And so I love the relatability. I love that people can relate. It starts to transcend Black people. And then it's just humanity
Guess
going
what it
through
is,
some crap.
absolutely.
And how you try to navigate that.
Yes.
With humor, you know, Mike and Wanda and Regina Hicks, the first point of entry is always it has to be just blisteringly funny.
Yes.
And that's where your sweet spot is, you know, and if you can't laugh at life, you better find a way. Otherwise, it's gonna just snatch you right on up. So we were really excited about Netflix loving the show, being the number one comedy on Netflix.
Yes.
So that's very exciting. Every time our new episodes drop, we're always in the first number one comedy or top 5 show of that season. So we're really excited.
This is, and we want to give a shout out to Regina Hicks because I did a pilot for a show Regina Hicks wrote and created. So she created and wrote your show, her and Wanda. So Wanda Sykes plays your sister. Mike Epps plays your husband.
Yes.
These are both two stand-up comics.
Oh, yes.
You gotta tell, because I know they're crazy. What's it like on the set with these two?
You know what's surprising is that, and this was actually the first time I'd worked with either of them.
Really?
And I think the first time that I'd even met them, you know, when I came in for the chemistry session. And what's great is that they don't try to one-up one another.
Right.
You know, as a stand-up, when y'all are all together, it's y'all just gonna be there 24 hours of who the funniest, and it's like a giggle pissing contest.
That's what it is.
You know?
That's exactly what it is.
Right? And it's like, they don't do that because they've done so much in terms of movies and TV shows. So they get it and they understand how to be professional because they're both executive producers on the show. They're always willing to take one for the team. The day Wanda, hold on. The day Wanda Sykes said, Mike, call me a used Q-tip. What is that? But it's hilarious, you know? And so they'll take one for the team. Y'all are gonna like rewind that and be like, ah! So, but it's just one of those things where they understand that it's a group effort, that it's not, you know, stand up, it's just you.
It is.
A mic and a light. And now, you know, with this, it's Mike with a K-E and all of us.
Well, I love, when I watch it,
That was deep, right?
You too deep for us. We don't know how to handle all of this, Kim Fields. I know I watch the Upshaws, and I just love, it's just dysfunctional, it's messy, but it's sewn together with love.
Yeah.
But your mouth is a potty mouth on there. Do you, like, is it fun to just let loose on this show?
It is. You know, when I was asked to come in for the chemistry read, I actually was like, I don't know, because I really wasn't checking to do another sitcom.
Right.
I've been blessed, but I wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
That's been my mantra since 2016. What have I not done? What are the uncharted waters?
Okay.
And even though this is a comedy, and you know, people are like, oh, that's too much cussing. First of all, you know you cuss too, so
Okay,
stop.
we all
But
do.
second, but it's not gratuitous. It's
Right.
not just because we can. It's intentional.
Yeah.
And the thing for me is Regina Upshaw is a character I've not yet played.
Yes.
And that's what I really love. And so when you talk about what do I look forward to, I always look forward to everybody on that development ride with her. You know, as a woman in her career, as a wife, I'm just all these elements to her. So that's what I enjoy.
Well, you got elements to you that I didn't even know of.
Come on, Segway! Go ahead and talk show host.
Girl.
Talk show host.
I'm trying to keep this talk show. I gotta learn these segues. But but this is true. Like, I did not know until like last year that you had a signature blend of coffees, and it's called
Signature Blends by KF.
Signature Blends by KF. And so, you know, usually people start a business with what they love. You like drinking coffee as a kid, or?
No, well, don't make me sound like that. Didn't you just say we was friends?
I'm trying to keep it. When did you start drinking coffee?
There we go. So as a kid, my coffee memory.
Okay, all right, we got it.
When I was in like 3rd grade, my teacher would drink this hot black coffee out of this tall thermos with the cap that was the cup.
Right.
And she would read Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory to us. And so it's a sense memory that I kept kind of escaping into like this chocolate factory.
Yeah.
And from there as an adult, mom was like, you might not grow up to be a cute kid who can act, so find a backup plan.
That's your field.
Listen. And so I said, well, I want to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just slap my name on something or just license my likeness.
Right.
Coffee is sustainable. It's been almost since the beginning of time and ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I love being a global citizen as well as a global entrepreneur. We work with 36 countries from around the world with our growers and also tea. So for those of you who are like, I don't do coffee, I do tea. Well, so do we. And so we have a relationship with a wonderful tea company as well. And I love being a part. You all have let me into your homes since I was a child. And so for me to be able to be a part of your day in intimate places with you as part of your coffee and tea, when you wake up, getting through the day, helping you not cuss somebody out, winding down at the end of the day. That's what's magical to me. So that's why I created with Russell and Angela Signature Blends by KF. And not only are we retail online, but we also power Morehouse, Spelman, and the Microsoft campus in Atlanta.
Wow. I'm gonna say this before we gotta go, because she thanked you for letting her come into her home, into your homes as a child and be intimate with you. I swear to gosh, I thought Kim was gonna say, and I'm coming out with a sex toy line because y'all let me be so. And you should. That should be your next thing, girl.
Well, you know what?
I'll buy it.
Hey, won't he will?
And won't he will? I have my coffee and my sex toys from Kim Fields. Up next, we test Kim on how well she knows classic sitcom characters. Don't miss it. Now, Kim, you have have 2 children. First of all, I cannot believe that your oldest son, Sebastian, is 15
Yes,
years
it
old.
is.
And you
Now,
got-
to be clear, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
Just that one in the hat ain't mine.
No, that's Miles Frost from
Right.
MJ the Musical.
Right.
So
That's the Tony winner, yes.
Sebastian is in the middle at 15.
Yes.
Quincy is down there below with the red on, 9 years
Yes,
old.
yes.
Now, you're having 2 kids because my son doesn't watch anything I do. Do your kids watch the Upshaws?
Girl, no, they don't watch. They don't watch, not at all. I mean, they know about it and they support the show by, like Quincy and I will FaceTime until he falls asleep because they're based in, our hub is in Georgia.
Yeah.
And so he'll watch, what I'm doing and support me that way. Sometimes if they're channel surfing and they catch Living Single, they're like, look at all that hair on you. Exactly.
Oh, gosh. I love Regine.
Right.
Now, it's so funny because I remember this so well. You started out in classic 70s, the TV commercials.
Yes.
And we have a clip of one of them.
my.
Take a look.
Mrs. Butterworth,
Yes?
how come you taste so good?
Well, my syrup is very thick and rich.
Mrs. Butterworth, I love you.
Oh,
Clap if you remember that commercial. Yes. Girl, and I remember because I was this age and I was like, I want to do that. So when you see that, it airs, people still love it as much now. Why do you think that is?
I think we all love nostalgia.
Yeah.
Looking at the Super Bowl ads yesterday, how much nostalgia they tapped into.
Yes.
I mean, it was almost like the mandate was everybody do something nostalgia based. And so I think that there's a feel-good moment with that, where you immediately are catapulted into where you were when you saw that. And
What were you thinking when you did it? You were 7 years old.
I was 7 years old, and I thought, how they gonna make this bottle talk? That's honestly what the thought was. Yeah, that was the thought.
Girl.
That was the thought, yeah.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. We want to have a little fun with you since you've starred in some very classic sitcoms. So I want to test you on your knowledge on how well you know these sitcoms.
Okay.
So we're going to play Sitcom Showdown.
Okay,
so
all right.
Mine here.
Thank you.
So Kim, I'm gonna
Yes.
say some famous catchphrases from
Okay.
classic sitcoms, and you have to name the character who said it. So we're
Okay.
gonna see how many you can guess
Okay.
in 45 seconds.
Alrighty.
Okay, so here I go.
Okay.
All right. Let's put 45 seconds on the clock. Now you gotta look at me because I'm gonna give you the clues.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, all right, here we go. 45 seconds on the clock. All right. Hey.
The Fonz.
Okay, all right. How come we overcame and nobody told me?
Sandra?
What else did she say to Mr. Jefferson? Okay.
Florence.
All right. The next one is Marsha.
Jan.
Yes, there you go. Okay. Dynamite.
JJ.
There you go. Okay. You can kiss my grits.
Flo.
All right. What you talking about, Willis?
Arnold.
Okay. All right. Nanu. Okay. All right. Did I do that?
Urkel.
Okay. All right. Mary.
Sandra. I said it. They're gonna give me that.
Kim, thank you so much for being here. The Upshaws Part 3 of Hunger. Part 3 streams Thursday on Netflix. And up next, a female CEO who's making Black history for her company that is inspired by her daughter. Keep it here. Girl. Said that Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the country. Yes. And our next guest is leading the charge. She's making Black history as the first Black woman to raise more than $1 million for a food startup company. Yes. So please welcome founder and CEO of Partake Foods, Denise Woodard. Denise!
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So Denise, Denise, for those of us who don't know about your company, Partake Foods, can you tell us about it?
Sure thing. So Partake is a natural food brand. We make gluten-free, vegan, top 9 allergen-free cookies. I was inspired by my daughter's experience with food allergies to leave my career in corporate America, that's my daughter, to do something about it. So what started out as a small company, now you can find our products in over 10,000 stores across the country.
Lady, I almost said girl, and I said, no, this is not girl moves. Whoa. So you're the first woman of color to raise $1 million for a food startup. Now, you know, that's awesome, because that's stepping out on faith. But you took a lot of risk when you started out. Tell me about it.
When we started Partake, we were a self-funded, self-distributed company, which meant I was bootstrapping, using my family's savings and selling cookies out of my car. And so it was, you know, I would go out and I would do hundreds of demos, and I would hear fantastic response from customers, which would give me the faith to take a little bit of money from my 401k. And then we'd get a great opportunity, like when Whole Foods said yes, and I was like, well, we don't have any more. And I ended up selling my engagement ring to be able to fund the business. And so we were all in, but we were getting really positive feedback from customers, and I had such a bigger North Star in wanting to create a change for my daughter and other people like our family.
Girl, and so this, you said you sold that engagement ring. Woo! Now, Partake Foods got funding from Black investors like Rihanna, Jay-Z's Marcy Venture Partners, and singer Her. So I love this, but how do like average people find these types of investors?
I will say I was an average person. I was literally selling cookies out of my car, and I will say, like, you know, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. And so like I knew the information. I was like it was a muscle I had to learn how to work, asking for help, telling every single person I came across, this is what I'm working on, this is why I'm doing it, this is why I need your support, this is why I need your help. And so I was able to get in front of amazing people like Marcy Venture Partners, which Jay-Z co-founded, and Rihanna's team and Her's team. And there's lots of venture capital funds, especially post-2020, that are really focused on investing in women and people of color. And so, you know, put your story out there, know your business inside out, and the opportunities are there.
Okay. It's, when you said that, one other question. A lot of us, especially women, it's hard for us to come out and go out bugging you. How did you get over that? You know, because we always go, I'm sorry, but how do you get over that?
It's a muscle you just have to learn how to work. And so I literally, like on Monday mornings, I would go on LinkedIn and I would reach out to like 2 people. And then I was surprised by how many people wanted to see other people do well and who wanted to help. And that gave me the faith to keep going. And then I realized I was also bringing something to the conversation. And so I think mentorship and that work is like a 2-sided. And so I was able to bring things to the conversation, and I just got really comfortable asking for help, but also being willing to give help where I could.
Okay, and this is why I love this, because 99% of your team is women, and over a third of those women, yes. We talk about the power of women, and over a third are women of color. So for you, why is this important?
So I think study after study continues to show that diversity is good business, whether that be gender, ethnic background, socioeconomic background. So one, I think it's good for the business. But when I think about Partake and what we stand for, I started the company as a frustrated food allergy mom. But as a woman, as a person of color, as a first-time founder, I realized there's a whole bunch of other groups of people that need an opportunity to partake. And so our brand is all about inclusivity, lifting up other groups as we climb. And it's represented across our team, across the impact work we do, and across the products that we make.
That is it. When you lift up others, you go up.
That is true.
Girl, you know, and so as CEO, your wife and your mother, you are continuously working. Then what do you say to balancing? How do you balance out life?
I think it's a matter of integration. So one, I think it's fantastic for my daughter to see me doing this work, to see that I can build a business, that she can do the same, that there's no ceiling over her head, and that she has a responsibility to help other people as she thrives. So I think it's helpful to bring her into the business. I'm lucky to have a fantastic partner. And you know, I think it's just a matter of integrating the 2 pieces.
Denise, I'm so glad you came here, because there's so many women that are inspired by this. I think there's so many women, so thank you for coming by. Studio audience, you're all going home with a box of Denise's Partake cookies. And we'll be right back. Thank you so much. Let's play Unfiltered. So I am here with Leah from New York. And Leah. There you go. All right, you ready to win?
I'm ready.
Leah, I'm gonna show you a picture of a celebrity with a funny filter, and you gotta guess who it is. So let's see our filter celebrity photo. Okay, here's some clues. This awkward winning actor married J-Lo. Not one. There we go. There we go. Leah, thank you for playing. You're getting a $100 gift card to Black Tap Restaurant.
Oh
We'll
my
see you right back. It's Black History Month, and today we're honoring artistic gymnast Donnell Wittenberg. Donnell, a Baltimore native and two-time bronze medalist, he became a staple in U.S. men's gymnastics after placing third at the World Championships. Now, in 2022, Donnell's level of skill in gymnastics made history after his dismount became the highest difficulty score in steel rings and became known as the Wittenberg dismount. We honor you, Donnell Wittenberg. We'll be right back. Something on today's show put a smile on your face. Tomorrow, we are celebrating Valentine's Day with married couple and professional wrestlers Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. Plus, a performance by R&B singer Major. This is why I love you. Until then, be intentional about having a good time. Bye.
Nice.